Hi everyone. I just wanted to talk about um, this thing about well, it's money, the U.S. currency, and wanted to speak about also receipts and how we can um, money, how we can track money and not just digitally, but like digital money, but also tangible money. So wherever you go, there's an ATM, and that ATM has the money. Um, I already did the money search, so let's go back to this. And every dollar or every bill, U.S. note, in the U.S. Treasury has when they print this, they assign a specific QR code or scan code or code number on the bill. So let's say you go to the bank and you pull out some money. Well, when you pull that money out, it'll have the the code and it'll show the machine um, what your bills um, codes were. Then that money can then be uh, tracked as to how you spend it. So this is another way that we can monitor not only digital money like this, money spending, and other stuff, but also tangible money as well. Now with the digital machines and the digital ATMs, and like I was saying in another video, um, with the computer being able to track down and um, pretty much solve crime later on in life in the future, and it's happening now, but the computer will be able to do it by tracking all this stuff and then giving information to detectives instantly without them having to do the research themselves in a way. So, and then also, this will also track money um, where if there's people that are selling drugs or whatever, um, it can also track them because the money that the ingredients for to manufacture the drugs, whether they're being bought through digital means or tangible means of as far as money's concerned, then that will be able to be tracked, and um, it will better aid uh, the the people that investigate these sorts of um, things. So yeah, I think that's a good way for them to to look into people's spending habits with cash, not just digital. So all you people that thought that you could just buy everything with cash and not worry about it. Well, technically, not no more. So, yeah, welcome to the new age. And this here will be able to follow through with the things that I spoke about in my previous videos, and and then what obviously what other business and um, the the U.S. Like defense and security and stuff like that, they'll be able to not only investigate, but they'll be able to investigate themselves, and this will go on a high level, and all people will be impacted. So therefore, when it comes to fraud and ministries and organizations that accept money to the IRS investigates all this stuff too, but um, when it comes to them receiving money, they receive that money from offerings or just people that want to donate money, and when they receive it, they'll be able to monitor how they spend that money. Now, they could actually donate it to a separate organization. Then that organization can purchase, you know, millions of dollars uh, on books and clean that money up that way, or CDs, teaching CDs or whatever. Then that ministry gets that money and it's cleaned out. There's no way that anyone can say anything about that. You know what I mean? So it will also, um, if people are doing that, it'll basically put a stop to that. And obviously, it will just be real sales from real people, not schemes and scams and things of that nature. Then I was also thinking about the receipts. The receipts, there's many places where um, people receive, no, they offer a receipt and you pay with cash. Now they could say, no, I don't want a receipt. Then they could actually keep that receipt and use it as a tax write-off. And so when people throw away like a bag of receipts um, in the trash, that's actually like a gold mine, because some people that know what they're doing, they could get these receipts and they could use them to lower their taxes. So by keeping track of the money, it will also, the computer will obviously know what to do. We ourselves, right now at the moment, we might not be able to look into all this stuff, but obviously the computer will be able to, and look into it really, really fast, because it will know, obviously, because it has the time and date, and then the computer the computer would know um, if you were there or not, um, how many days you could actually, how many times you could actually eat in a day, all that stuff. So it'll be like it will scan all that information and make logic of it and make sense of it for a human perspective. So um, so it will also eliminate a lot of fraud and people that are trying to steal, because this is technically stealing if you write a tax write off that you actually didn't spend money for, right? And everyone knows that. So I'm just saying, like, if there's a smart person out there, they could technically steal or obtain a bunch of these receipts and use them for their benefit. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff involved with all this stuff, and not I don't really have all the details to share with you guys. Um, but obviously, the digital receipts are more encrypted, like the digital money is, like this stuff is. Now, with this cash, obviously it can be given away. If you owe money or whatever. But then the computer will also know if you had or have cash in hand, and then when you use it. So this is not to monitor people's spending habits and um, for people to be afraid about how they can spend their money. It's more so that people can get their full rights, and people that are poor can get what they have coming to them. People like this, people that are really, really poor and hungry, and people that file for EBT will basically get their benefits and get their the money that the rich give to the poor, not the money that the rich give to fraud people, or money that the rich give to people that want to just make free money and have a free meal. That's not the way it works. And that's not why the EBT was created. It was created for people that really need it. So that's why this stuff is very important. And that's why I'm talking about this, because we might not be able to keep track of everyone's spending habits and investigate every single life, but the computer will be able to on a global scale, instantaneously and accurately. Now, I'm speaking to citizens. Now, if you're military, Um, then obviously there's different rules, regulations, and you know those rules and regulations will then be applied to them, whatever or whichever they might be. And there's obviously some classified information, but it's all in record. Then obviously they'll be able to conduct their own personal investigations and do whatever they need to do to ensure whatever they want to ensure or whatever it is that needs to be insured. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's involved, um, a lot of factors that need to be considered and evaluated. There's a bunch of things. And obviously, from the citizen perspective, most people don't care. They're just making their money and spending it on whatever they want, living their day-to-day life, and everything's okay till someone gets murdered and killed. And that's when the computer will come into effect and aid these detectives and other people that need to look into it. That's it. That's how simple it is. So that's why this stuff is very important. And that's why I'm sharing this with all of you guys that um, that are in this industry. So yeah, and there's other videos I have spoken um, like more about this type, or like I touched bases on stuff like this on other videos that I uploaded on YouTube, and maybe I don't know all the information from the top of my head, but it's coming to me. It's coming to me, um, in little glimpses here and there. But I guess someone can compile all this together um, to be like on a one sheet bullet point professional letter, so you might hand to the president or something. I don't know, or write in a book if you want to make money. I don't fucking know, right? But I just feel like talking about this, and there's a lot of people out there that do care about people that are committing fraud and taking away from the less privileged. I mean, some people might just want to eat BT just to sell and get the cash, and they might be eating very, very well. Well, there's other people that really need it, and they wouldn't mind just getting by with a fucking top noodle soup or whatever they're fucking called. more fucking affordable food. You know, because there's fucking people dying from hunger while you and I are fucking well and alive and going to fucking McDonald's and Burger King every fucking day, and we don't give a fuck about anyone else but ourselves and our stomach and our cravings and our fucking desires. That's all we give a fuck about. So there's no one that could fucking tell me different about what the fuck I'm talking about. And I believe that it's happening right now as I speak. And I believe that these people, whoever they might be, that are not helped, will be helped. Because, yes, the Bible does say that the poor will always be among us, but that doesn't mean we can't help them effectively and efficiently. Not just a fucking breakfast meal. Like, yeah, try doing that shit to yourself. And see if you're not going to get hungry for lunch and later on in the fucking evening. You probably will be digging in the fucking trash cans your fucking self. Then you won't be talking shit about people that do. So, see the importance of all this shit? So, yes, I overcame a lot of objectives that bitch ass motherfuckers might fucking want to argue about. So, you got something else to say, take it to a judge and see what the fuck he's gonna tell you. That's all I have.